Oh yeah, it's business time. It's business time. It's business. It's business time. That's what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, let's get down to business. It's business time. It's business. It's business time.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Global Citizen here, and what are we talking about today? We are going to talk about search engine optimization. We've talked at a high level before, especially during the break that I took about wrapping up our website, or just kind of making it look nicer. But one thing that we didn't talk about is how do people find us, right? Let's talk about how people become aware of our services. So obviously one way is a very direct method, right? There's a one-to-one relationship of each time I meet a person, I can hand them a business card. I will be carrying business cards for this business. But that's very one-to-one, right? You're going to get some viral effect from that. Maybe somebody will give the business card that you handed to someone else. But what I'm really talking about here is how are they going to find us on the internet, right? When you talk about that, like uniquedavisproductions.com is our URL. Most SEO experts will tell you a couple of things. Number one, way too long. That URL is way too long. And people are just not going to remember that. Why did we choose that? I don't know. It was available, right? And I think that as certainly as ideas come to us, we might even go through a rebranding exercise, but we weren't focused on branding when we first started this business, and that's okay, right? People will still be able to find Unique Davis Productions. When you think about it, search engine optimization means how does your site rank in search engines given certain keywords that describe your site or the content on your site. So what words could you use to describe your site? Make a list of words, and then what you want to do is make sure that you place those into the pages that make up your site. So our website, Unique Davis Productions, the thing that we've made, we've set it up with Word. Or first off, we've set it up with WordPress, right? It's a very commonly used software package, commonly used for blogs, but what we've done is modified it a bit to work for our purposes here. It has a lot of plugins available to it. So WordPress, there are a ton of plugins, especially around SEO. The one that I like to use is All-in-One SEO. It's very easy to use, and it allows you to associate meta tags, right? So let's talk about that, right? What do search engines use to bring up your site in the rankings, right? They look at the words that are on your pages, the meta tags that are used to describe the content on your page. Oftentimes, people talk about the content on their site in terms of imagery. And so in order to allow you to describe the imagery, they've created this thing called meta tags. And so we want to make sure that our website is properly tagged. You will notice online, if you do a search, I'm using Google as an example, but if you do a search on search engine optimization, that is a whole black science all associated with search engine optimization. We're not going to get fancy with it. What we're going to do is we're just going to start using words that are commonly associated with our type of business. So 1, photography, 2, New York, 3, events, kids, things like that. We're just going to make a list. And I want you to do the same thing for your website also if you have one. If you don't, right, start thinking about how to create your website using web pages, and you can create meta tags inside of web pages. Now we're using a software package, we're using WordPress here, we're using a plugin for WordPress, and so all we have to do is come up with a list of words and we can insert it into the site. Then what you will find once the robots and the crawlers go out there, so like Google has a robot that'll go out and look at all the new content on the internet and report it back to Google. That's where we want to show up. We want to make sure that we notify Google and we notify Yahoo and we notify all the major search engines that, hey, we have added content and descriptors about the content on our site. Come back, crawl through all of our pages, and go, and definitely let the search engines rankings reflect that when people search on it. So, ideally what I'd like to see is if someone typed in New York photographer, that we would be somewhere up there. This topic, I guess it lends itself to talking about purchasing of keywords and purchasing of advertisement. We're not going to talk about that just yet. Right? Again, we started this business with $1,000. Buying Google ads can get expensive really fast. Buying Facebook ads can get expensive really fast. So that being said, today's episode all about search engine optimization. That's it. Global Citizen out.